Welcome back to the channel. RacerX here, and today I'm going to be taking my Dodge Demon 170 out to a private airfield to see just how fast it will go. Now, it's been in the news all over social media that Dodge actually governed this car to 149 mile an hour because of those big old Mickey Thompson ET Street Rs they had to put on the back of this thing to make sure it would stick at the drag strip. Well, we all know that that is kind of tough as well. It does put out a lot of torque. Well, today I kind of just want to put it through its paces and see, does it really slow down at 149 mile an hour and won't go any faster? Private airfield today. We're going to meet a couple other big YouTube folks out there as well. It should be a really fun day. I'm just now getting the car ready to go. It's almost 2 hours out there. I'm going to drive the car there, drive the car back. Let's hope the weather holds out. It is Florida after all, and it loves to rain here. So fingers crossed, should be a fun day. If you guys are brand new to the channel, please hit subscribe. You can find that button right over here. And off we go. Check it out. I am at the Dream Giveaway Garage, and right behind me is their newest giveaway. They just announced this. This is a 1970 Dodge Challenger 440 six-pack, actually formerly owned by the president of Chrysler. That is pretty cool. And right here, of course, that is a 2023 Challenger Super Stock, my favorite Hellcat trim. Both of these in Plum Crazy. Let's take a closer look. Old school and new school muscle, both of these in Plum Crazy. Both cars in the same exact giveaway. Check out this 1970 Challenger 440 six-pack. As I mentioned, this used to belong to the president of Chrysler, and it is absolutely mint condition. Just look at that paint shine. Beautiful car. And then over here, the new school muscle, the 2023 Challenger Super Stock. As I mentioned, my favorite Hellcat trim with the Nittos on it. You can see the black interior. If you are a drag racer, you will absolutely love this trim. I love both the hood pins on these cars as well. Even though one is old school, one is new school. Plus, they give you $67,000 to pay the taxes if you win this drawing. Take a look at the inside of this old school 1970 Challenger. It is so cool to sit behind the wheel of such an epic muscle car. And for those of you wondering where that Fradsonic symbol comes from on the new car, just take a look at that. If you're interested in winning these two beautiful Challengers, you can go directly to Dream Giveaway's website and you can enter to win. I will pin a code in the link down below. It is actually my code. It'll take you directly to the website. It will already have my code applied, and that will get you 3 times the entries for one price. So take a look at these beautiful cars. You can read all about them on their website. Both of these absolutely beautiful old school and new school muscle. They give you $67,000 to pay the taxes, which is awesome. And if one of you guys wins using my code, I will actually film a dedicated video with you and your 2 brand new cars. So go out there and win a couple of beautiful Challengers. For those of you guys that think that these race videos are not a lot of work, well, here is the reality check. I actually just got done checking the oil, making sure the car is really happy. I'm actually emptying the catch can right now. Also, for those of you guys that think catch cans don't work, I've only driven this car maybe 400 or 500 miles since the last time I emptied it, and you can see there's actually a fair amount of oil already in the bottom of this. So we're just checking everything. This is something I do every single time before I race this car. And this is the first time I've had this new Demon 170 engine out to actually run it hard. Now, I've been doing all sorts of stuff to make sure this engine is broken in the right way. And for, like I said, it is a lot of work to film these race videos. A lot of people don't understand that. You can see we've got extra jugs for E85 fuel that are now strapped to the back. I obviously did remove this seat just to give myself some room. You can see my laptop there for data logging, 2 GoPros. You can see my phone case there, but we do have to hook up this computer to make sure everything is running on all cylinders. Race jacket, helmet. You've got air compressors in here. There's all sorts of other things in here, stuff to run my electronics. There's mounts for my phones. You wouldn't believe how much stuff I have to get together to make one of these videos for you guys. So anyway, we're about ready to go. Let's make that 2-hour journey.
3 hours later.
All right, well, after 2.5 hours of driving in Tampa, Florida, getting rained on, having to stop, I finally made it to Avon Airfield. We're right near Sebring Racetrack. And we've got some really cool cars out here. The Demon is cooling off. I'm getting it all set to run. Now, keep in mind, there are going to be a lot of cars out here that are all-wheel drive. This is an unprepped surface that make big horsepower. This is not set up for that, but hopefully we can get in a few roll races. And like I said, today, I really want to figure out is this thing really governed at 149 mile an hour? So first I'm gonna try it in regular mode, and then I'm gonna try it in track mode, and we'll see if there's a difference. Does it really pull all the power out at 149 miles an hour? Today we're gonna find out the truth. As you can see, we've got some beautiful cars out here today. Gorgeous Ferrari right there. There's the Demon 170. Check out this Porsche 911 twin turbo. Love that car. Right over here, another beautiful Ferrari. We've got some Z06 Corvettes over here. We've also got a twin turbo R8. And then of course we have a Lamborghini that just went. I will show you that here in just a second. And we had a Plaid with the track package on it. Thing is absolutely hauling the mail right down this runway. How cool is that? All right, guys, this Plaid just went 100.
Insane!
Yeah, there's drag times. 185 miles an hour in the half mile. This stupid Plaid just went.
That was 4 passes in a row. Still going 185.
Oh, for frick's sake. All right, guys, so here is the deal. I just want to give you a couple of quick qualifiers. The car is ready to go. I do have my laptop. It is all hooked up to my HP tuners. This is my new engine, and this is the first time I've had a chance to really race this thing, or kind of get on it, if you will. And I am going to be data logging literally every single thing I do today just to be safe. And I'm going to have this data log. Not only am I going to look it over, I'm going to send it off to have another professional tuner look at it. So that is what's going on there. I'm running E85, really good quality E85. Right now it's reading E78, more than enough to make 1,025 horsepower. Front tires, 43 PSI or so. I didn't take them up super high, but a little bit. Rear tires, I took them down just a little. Remind you, I'm not going to be doing any dig racing today that I know of. And this is basically roll racing. So it's not so much a premium on taking my tire pressures way down. Remember, this is a radial. It really isn't going to help me that much. It's more about compound. And I think right now I'm just going to go ahead and give a little hit here. I'm going to do about a 30 roll just to see if the car sticks. Just kind of get on it a little bit, and I want to get a feel for this runway because it does look a little bit dusty, but it is really cool looking down the barrel of this executive airport runway, knowing I can let this monster muscle car loose through here. So let's go give it a just initial run really quick, not doing a whole lot of craziness here. And then I will go ahead and start looking to hit this speed limiter of 149, see if it surpasses it in both modes. So let's go for it. All right, guys, here we go. Second gear. Running good. It just laid over. All right. It felt like the car just laid over right at the top end of the track for whatever reason. I don't know why. All right, guys, here's a second run in track mode. I'm going to get after it a little bit more. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. It's a lot more vicious in track mode. It was trying to break traction. Have to try it again. Well, guys, you can always tell where the Dodge Demon enters the mix because you get this nice pristine runway. And then you get this. All these high horsepower cars. You can always tell if a Demon 170 showed up because, well, this is what it looks like. 100-foot burnout. On that pass, the car just, it felt way more powerful in track mode for whatever reason. You wouldn't think so. I mean, it should still have 1,025 horsepower. And I really wasn't getting on it that much, but the car started to act like it wanted to get sideways. I just got out of it. I just can't lean on it that hard. I cannot get this car sideways, so we're going to be a little more careful with this next one, see what it does. We're going to track mode this time. We're going to ease into it because it's a little dusty. Let's see what it does. Try and get the speed up. Here we go. It's laying over at 135. Car is laying over at 135. I do not know why. All right, guys, that's a second pass in a row, both in auto and drag. The car gets to 135 miles an hour, and it just lays over. and then it stays like that, and then if I stay in it, it'll kind of start accelerating again. I got to maybe 144 miles an hour, 145 before I had to let out of it. It's just laying over like a freaking limp noodle. So this is a new engine. I've got all the data right here. So I'm gonna have to look at this data and figure out what in the world is going on with the car. And there it is in the flesh, guys. The Lamborghini Revuelto is how you pronounce it. That is one bad dude. It still has the V12 in the back, but it also has an electric assist over 1,000 horsepower. It actually weighs about the same as my Demon. And this thing was actually the star of the show today. I don't think anything could take this thing down. The Plaid with the track pack, I think like high 180s. That stupid thing went today. It's just ridiculous. And of course, we do have the SF90 here as well. And that joker, also a very quick car. I wish I could have got some roll races with the Demon in today, guys, but obviously the car is not cooperating. Would have been fun to at least try up to 150, but wasn't gonna happen today. Well, there you go, guys. A little bit of a struggle today for this new engine. Pretty frustrating. The car was obviously pulling all sorts of timing. Anything past like 134, it just fell right on its face. You can actually see it when I'm driving. You can see it just kind of throw me forward, and it just sat there for a minute. And then finally it tried to pick up, but barely. So it's definitely something going on. Luckily, as I mentioned, I got data on those passes. So I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna send it off to the tuner. We'll see what's going on with the engine, why it's pulling timing, why it's acting like that. And hopefully we'll get a chance to do this maybe again. They are having another event at this airport in the early part of December. Maybe I can at least come out and, check the top speed. Then I didn't even get up to enough top speed to check and see if this would do 149. It got to like 145 and I had to get out of it. It's just a really frustrating deal with this.
And here we are just a couple of days later. As you can see, the Demon is safely tucked behind me in the garage. And it's a good thing because we're getting ready to have a hurricane here very soon. It's already starting to get really windy out, but I wanted to finish up this video for you guys because just last night, I went and took this Demon back out and got some more data. I sent those logs over to the tuner. I actually sent those logs to several people. And the only thing that they could really tell from the logs is that, yes, obviously it fell right on its face at like 133, 134 mile an hour. And it was dumping boost pressure like crazy. So it went from like basically 21 pounds of boost where this car should be to making like 7 or 8 pounds of boost. So basically it was hitting the bypass, and we don't really understand why it was hitting the bypass. Apparently I didn't have all the parameters set on my HP Tuner's log file so that they could really look at everything. So I reloaded everything back into the computer with new parameters, went out, did some other pulls in Mexico with this car at an undisclosed location, and I got some different data. Now here's the weird thing. The car acted perfectly fine. Matter of fact, it was super pissed off when I did these data hits. So take a quick look at the speedometer on these hits. So as you can see, the car pulled really hard up to 152 miles an hour. So now at least we know what the Demon 170 will do top speed wise. And these logs are very, very accurate. And I just wanted to show that to you. And both pulls were exactly the same. It blipped right to like 152. I saw it on the Speedo as well. And then of course it cut power, which I fully expected it to do. So in actuality, the top speed isn't 149, it's 152, basically the same thing. And a lot of people are still really bummed about the top speed of this because in my mind, if Dodge didn't cut the power based on the tires on the back of it, yes, it really would do 215 mile an hour. Look at how hard that car was pulling. And when this thing is going full tilt, it is an absolute blast to drive. Now, why the car was acting different last night compared to when I had it at the airstrip, that is still a bit of an enigma. And truth be told, the tuner still wants me to get more data because here we have the car acting one way. All the parameters really look the same. I mean, oil temp, you've got transmission temp, coolant temp, all that kind of stuff. I mean, they were all basically the same. From an IAT perspective, they actually go down the faster that you go. So I mean, I'm looking at all these different data points to figure out why the car was wanting to cut power at the airstrip. And it left me very, very frustrated, especially when I go out just a couple of nights later in an undisclosed location, perfectly legal, of course. And we were able to just kind of get the car to pull like crazy with no hiccups whatsoever. So at best, the car is inconsistent. So it leaves me a little bit scared to go and take this car to the drag strip, wondering, is it going to hit the bypass again and start pulling power out in the middle of a run? Is it going to be a big race? Is it going to be a street car takeover, something like that? And so the only thing I can do right now is just get more data on the car, continue to send it off to the tuner, have them look at it. We need to make sure this car is absolutely healthy. Now, mechanically, I don't believe there's anything wrong based on how the car was pulling last night. So there is that piece of it, but there's some sort of limiter that the car is hitting, and it's leaving me really frustrated. And yes, with my 1,000+ horsepower Hellcat, I did not have issues like this. But that doesn't mean that this isn't solvable. So I'm going to continue to keep you guys posted, get more data on the car, hopefully get it out to the track. I'm data logging every single pass that I do right now. Everything I do with this car that's basically wide open throttle or even close is getting data logged so that I have everything I need to be able to tell if the car really is healthy, and if something goes weird, we can look at it and figure out why. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you this quick update. Hopefully this hurricane won't do too much damage. Everybody stay safe out there, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.